The push-button starter is cracked and broken. I have to push it in really hard to start the car. We need to replace this with a new button. Start by lowering the steering wheel to the lowest point and pulling it out as far as it will go. Lock this into place. Next we are going to remove the top part of the trim. This is hooked in at the top and push-clipped at the bottom. So with a basic trim removal tool, prise away at the bottom lower edges at each side. Once you pop the lower edges out, this piece will drop out from the upper clips. It is attached to the upper part of the steering column trim, so we just move it out of the way. The upper part of the steering column trim is now just clipped into place and can be popped off by pushing upwards and into the trim connection with the trim removal tool. Do this on both sides of the steering column to remove the trim and put it to one side. Now we need to start the car for the power steering to work. Turn the steering wheel 90 degrees to the left and then to the right to reveal 2 Torx screws that needs to be removed. We'll start with the one on the left. These are T25 Torx screws. If you don't have one of these bits, I have provided links in the description to where you can buy all tools and the push button needed to do this job cheaply. With these 2 screws out, the trim will become looser, but there is a third screw holding it in place located on the underside. Remove this screw with the same T25 Torx bit. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Broken Fix. With that last screw removed, this lower trim piece is now loose. Unlock the steering column adjuster and you can now see the back of the ignition button. Press the button and switch off the car. With this piece of trim on your knees, rotate it 90 degrees so you can access the electrical connection on the back of the switch. With a small flat head screwdriver, push on the central part of the connector clip and remove the connection. Next, this smaller connection you should be able to remove with your hand by pushing down on the retaining clip. Now you can move this trim piece out from under the steering wheel and set about removing the push button from it. The button is held in place with 2 small clips at either side. I slide into place 2 small trim removers. However, if you don't have these, you can get this out using 2 small flathead screwdrivers. Be careful not to damage the surrounding trim, and once they are pushed down, the button should pop out. These are the two prongs you have just compressed to remove the button. Compare your new button with your broken one. I have provided links in the description on where to buy both OEM and aftermarket start buttons in the description below. The OEM part is very expensive, so here we are using an aftermarket button which will work just as well. It's worth noting that nearly all Skoda, VW, Audi and SEAT models of this era all use a 4-pin connection like this one, and the procedure for changing them is similar for each car. Once you're happy with the new button, clip it back into the trim piece, ensuring it's the correct way up by using the writing on the button as a guide. Once that is securely in place, rest the trim in your lap and clip back into place the electrical connections to the back of the new button. Now position the trim back below the steering column. Before we put this all back together, let's test the new button to make sure it works. This is working as it should. Now we need to screw the trim back into place. We will start with the bottom Torx screw. Hold the trim in place, ensuring it fits snugly up to the indicator and wiper stalks. Once you're happy with that, screw the bottom screw back in. With this screw in place, the trim is still going to be loose until it's fully fitted. If it's hanging down a little, you can hold it up using your knees while replacing both screws on the upper side of the steering wheel. You will need to rotate the steering wheel to do this, so leave the car switched on from testing the button earlier. With the two upper screws now in place, the trim should fit snugly up to the stalks. For the final piece of trim, we need to make sure the column is in the lowest and most out position and lock it into place. Centralize the steering wheel and switch off the car. With the upper trim in hand, hold the top part back and slide this into place. The clips on the inner part need to be inserted first, as they are a semi-hook fitting. You need to clip them in first, or this upper piece will not connect flushly to the lower piece. Once you slide them in and hear them clip into place, you can drop the front part into place and clip it back in. You must fit it this way or it will not sit flush. The upper trim is the same. There are two parts that stick out at the top. These need to be slid into place first, then the lower part of the trim clipped in. This is the motion you need to fit these back. With that nice and snug, make sure the steering wheel column moves freely. Now we can start the car by tapping our new button. Job done.